Here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. expressed his grief over the deadly incident at the Lapu-Lapu Day block party in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where a vehicle drove into a crowd of attendees and left 11 dead and multiple others injured. In a statement, Marcos said he was completely shattered to hear about what he called unspeakable tragedy. He conveyed his grief and deepest sympathy to the families of the victims and to the Filipino community in Canada on behalf of the government, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos, and the Filipino people. The Philippine Consulate General in Vancouver urged Filipino nationals affected by the incident to contact its hotline. A driver plowed a car into a crowd attending the Lapu-Lapu Day block party near East 43rd Avenue and Fraser Street on April 26, Saturday night, Canada time. According to the Vancouver Police Department or VPD, those killed range from 5 to 65-year-old. Police have taken the suspect, a 30-year-old man with a reported history of mental health issues, under custody. The VP said they are confident that the incident was not an act of terrorism. The event was intended to celebrate the endured legacy of Filipino hero Lapu-Lapu and symbolize culture, harmony, and resilience. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said he was deeply heartbroken over the attack. British Columbia Premier David Eby and Jagmeet Singh also extended their sympathies. The Department of Agriculture has instructed the National Food Authority to move rice stock to the Visayas in preparation for the launch of the 20 pesos per kilo rice program. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chu Laurel Jr. said it will take several weeks to transfer off the hundreds of thousands of 50-kilo bags rice from NFA warehouse to various parts of the Visayas. The rice program will come from the NFA's buffer stock worth 7.56 million bags or 5-year high over 378,000 metric tons. The DA's Food Terminal Incorporated and participating local government unit will subsidize the lower-priced rice. Chu Laurel said the Visayas was chosen for the pilot run of the program due to the higher than average poverty rate, which exceeds the national average of 10.9%. The lower-priced rice initiative is a key campaign promise made by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. in 2022. The DA is now working to fulfill the directive of President Marcos to expand the program to the rest of the country and sustain it through 2028. Authorities have raised Bulusan volcano's alert status to level 1 or low-level unrest after a phreatic eruption occurred from the summit crater early Monday morning. The volcano erupted at 4:36 a.m. Monday, lasting 24 minutes and releasing a bent plume of ash that rose 4,500 meters above the crater. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology has recorded a total of 53 volcanic earthquakes over the 24-hour period yesterday. Ashfall has affected barangays Cogon and Bulos in the municipality of Irusin and barangays Puting Sapa, Guruyan, Buraburan, and Tula Sur in Huban Town in Sorsogon. Pyroclastic density current meanwhile descended the southern slope and traveled 3 kilometers from the summit vent. PBBM has advised the public to avoid the 4-kilometer radius permanent danger zone. Residents are also urged to use protective mask or a wet cloth to prevent ash inhalation and beware of stream flows and lahar. The government honored overseas Filipino workers during the 6th Konsyerto sa Palasyo at Malacanang Palace, Kalayaan Ground on Sunday night. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. thanked OFW for their unmatched sacrifice and dedication to improve the lives of their families, communities, and the nation. He said Filipino migrant workers continue to showcase the innate talent, resilience, and diligence of Filipinos to the world. He also hailed OFW as proof that Filipinos can compete with others around the world. because of their discipline, courage, and concern for the nation. The President vowed that the government would always be here to protect, care for, and uphold their and their families' welfare. The concert team Konsyerto sa Palasyo para sa ating mga OFWs, gathered OFWs and their family as well as those watching through coordinated watch parties from abroad. The event featured homegrown artists including Rap Cañedo from Davao de Oro, Mariel Montelano from Cebu, Chito Recafriente from Quezon, and Winchester Lopez from La Union. The KSP Band, Prime Dance Manila also took the stage to pay tribute to migrant workers and Ruben Lauriente, a former member of the company. The Marcos administration has been championing initiatives such as the expanded Migrant Worker Office abroad and free health care at the OFW Hospital in Pampanga to protect migrant workers and support their families. In our business news, the country electronic and semiconductor industry expect a modest recovery this year after 2 years of decline. Semiconductor and the Electronic Industry in the Philippines Foundation Incorporation President Dan La Chica said the local sector is expected to deliver a 1 to 2% growth this year. La Chica said electronics manufacturing services, renewable energy, and consumer electronics will drive growth this year. However, the recent tariff policy of the United States remain a concern for the industry. La Chica cited the need to attract investment in integrated circuit design and wafer fabrication facilities. Meanwhile, Aboitiz InfraCapital, one of the country's leading industrial state developers, expressed support for the Philippine government amid global uncertainties. Aboitiz InfraCapital Economic State Head Rafael Fernandez de Mesa expressed full confidence in the government efforts to steer the Philippine economy through the challenges posed by new United States tariff policies. De Mesa said he believes the disruption from the new tariffs present new opportunities for the country as global firms look to diversify risk. He said investors do not just look at the country tariff advantages, but also its efficiency, cost, and ease of doing business. This week, Special Assistant to the President for Investment and Economic Affairs Frederick Go and Trade Secretary Maria Cristina Roque will be traveling to Washington, D.C. to seek a win-win trade arrangement with the U.S. response to its reciprocal tariff policies. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under Pna News. I am Arbia Baracoso. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.